All right, so I want to go ahead and discuss this video. It's a video from Shoe on Head. It's titled Is this the average male fantasy?" The average male fantasy, you guys are not going to believe me if I explain it to you guys, so I'd rather just show you guys. Okay, so this video is based off of a post that someone created on Twitter or X. And the post essentially reads, let me go ahead and take you to the post. The post essentially reads, "All men just have perverted fantasies." All right. And if you guys don't know what this anime is, this is an animated film in the style of anime. Essentially, it's this anime about a young man who is 22 years old, who takes care of this young woman who is 24 years old, which is important, by the way. And essentially, they help each other. Well, actually, he helps her out with her everyday life. And then eventually they end up falling in love. As you guys can see, he's like carrying her over the ocean or the coast or the edge of the water, whatever. The reason why I mentioned her age was because I can't even believe this, but there was a poster here, someone who tweeted, "This is a little girl. This is weird." And of course, as you guys can imagine, the people who actually know about the anime had to correct this information and let this poster know that she's actually 24. Okay, there's a good amount of sources that indicate that, yeah, you know what, she is 24. And I believe that the original creator confirmed that she's 24. And you're going to notice that there's a good amount of posts with incorrect information, which is quite insidious. When there's misinformation being spread, you know for a fact that people are going to ingest that information. They're going to walk away thinking that that is exactly how the anime is designed or whatever. So that's one of the posts that has incorrect information. Another post that I want to go ahead and talk about, and again, this is from Shoe on Head's video, The Male Fantasy. If you guys want to go ahead and watch that, go ahead. I'll go ahead and link the full video down below. We are also going to cover her video, by the way, because she has a couple of opinions that I do want to go ahead and discuss, but we'll get to that in a bit. Going back to the posts, there's this woman here who also provided some information, which, by the way, it's also incorrect. And her post reads, "Weird since most men abandon their disabled and chronically ill spouses." Okay. She's actually referring to a study, a 2015 study, and most of the community here on X recognized that. So she got community noted, and it reads, "This claim most likely refers to a widely cited 2015 study suggesting that men are more likely to leave their disabled or chronically ill spouses. This was retracted due to a coding error that invalidated its conclusions." Now, I'm glad that he posted this particular community note. However, it doesn't exactly target what she meant. So regardless of this, because beside the point, what she's trying to say here is that men are more likely to leave a spouse if she becomes disabled or chronically ill, but the majority of men will not abandon their spouse if they become disabled or chronically ill. However, in this post, she's making it seem that most men would abandon their spouse if they become disabled or chronically ill. Completely incorrect. And just in case you guys ever come across folks like this who cite this particular study, this is a context which I'll go ahead and link down below. This is a community note with the context. This is Benjamin Keep's misinformation article, which practically talks about the study. It's titled "The Fastest Retraction Ever," and I've read the majority of this article, and it's, to me, a legitimate article. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the article for yourselves to check whether this is a good source to determine whether that study is legitimate or not, I'll go ahead and link it down below. But when you click on one of the links, which is the PubMed version, you can see that when you go to this is a government website. You can see that right below where it links to this article, it reads "corrected and republished from." And when you click on that link and it leads you to the article, you can see that it reads "retracted article." So the article has been retracted. Obviously, for whatever reason, one of the numbers or the math was incorrect, and so they had to retract it and they corrected it. And another thing that I want to go ahead and address is this other person who made this post. Men in reality, okay, this person is Joanne. All right, now you'll realize that Joanne here has a post that reads, studies suggest that men are indeed more likely to leave their wives when diagnosed with a serious illness like cancer compared to women leaving their husbands. A study published in the journal Cancer found that men are 6 times more likely to separate or divorce their wives after a cancer diagnosis. Now, I don't know how accurate this is, and trust me when I tell you, I don't think that you guys should be taking any information from people online, because if there's anything that we've learned, it's that people online tend to have about 2 or 3 brain cells, okay? And for reals, most of these people, if a burglar broke into their homes, they would immediately run over to the microwave and dial 911. So you should be very careful with from whom you retrieve information from. And she might be right, she might be wrong, I don't know, but you should just be careful with this study, okay? Because this study is the one that is frequently referenced, which is the study, the 2015 study, and there's mistakes on that study. So I would be very careful when retrieving information from posts like this. So just want to go ahead and just give you guys that heads up. Now let's go ahead and move on to the video. Now, in the video, she discusses a couple of posts that were made on X, and I kind of want to go ahead and go over those because I also find those to be exceptionally hilarious. So let's go ahead and discuss some of those posts, which Shoe on Head is now going to present. And this is one of the posts that I wanted to go over. So I don't know who made this, obviously, whether it's a man or a woman, I don't know. But this is a common stereotype that you'll encounter if you're a man. If you guys don't know what stereotype it is, let me go ahead and read it. Men's fantasy: a big titty woman with a face of a 16-year-old and is useful for cooking and cleaning and sex. This is super annoying because they assume, whoever made this post and other folks, they assume that this is what most men want. This isn't what most men want, okay? I don't understand where this stereotype came from. Perhaps it's from all the men who just wait for content creators like Bad Baby to drop their OnlyFans. I guess that's where the stereotype comes from. But most men are not like that. That's just a few men from the huge population of men on this planet that like that kind of woman, or that tend to prey on those kind of women. I don't know. But it's you know, it can get extraordinarily weird. And then this is another unbelievably dumb take. Read this, okay? Actually, I'll read it. I'll read it for you. A woman's fantasy is a man who won't grape her, and a man's fantasy is raping a woman. This is from the Twitter X comment section. This is where stupid comes to settle down. When it can't find a home, it comes here into this comment section. I don't even know if this is supposed to be rage bait or if this is supposed to be some sort of parody. If the hidden cameras are out there, all right, you guys got me. I'm shocked. Let's see that short now. Now I want to go ahead and show you guys a comment where when you have a sane take, very rarely are we ever giving credit to people who give sound takes. But when we do have someone who gives a sound take, this is what happens.
The amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money. Ah, thank you, a sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of people calling her a pick-me. Pick-me alert, least obvious pick-me. Me, pick me please. Hope he picks you, sis.
Literally, you come across these comments. So it doesn't matter like if you give a reasonable take, which by the way, I will say that obviously this is in some way trying to persecute someone, just very mildly. But nonetheless, it's a sound take, in my opinion. Now, you'll always come across folks that will always say stuff like this. Pick me alert. And guess what? You don't escape it. Even if you are a man and you give a reasonable take, when you're complimenting a woman online, it doesn't matter because there will always be that swamp of folks that will come over to your comment section and then just drop the most ridiculous comments you can ever imagine. Oh, you're a simp, dude, because she's never going to sleep with you, man. Give it up. I hate those comments. I get them all the time. There are some folks online that definitely deserve the simp card, which are folks like that one super fan, that Pokemon fan who got himself a tattoo of Pokimane, I believe in the back of his leg. To this day, I don't know if this is real, but this is what it reads. A guy gets Pokimane tattoo that costs 1K and took 8 hours. And apparently this is supposed to be an actual tattoo of Pokimane on a fan's arm or back of the leg. I don't know. That's ridiculous to me. If you're a super fan, I guess you could do that, but holy crap, man. That is unbelievable to me. This qualifies for the word simp. But nonetheless, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about that. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys.